Hello, hi Dr. Ang. I will email you the list of the things that you need to explain to the judges during the presentation. But in this video, I will mention some of the things that you need to have on your computer while you are presenting. So you need to open your computer and put it on the table. And what you need to have is first, this will be all the links that I will give you. First is Padlet. So what you need to do is you need to explain to the judges that the framework that we have is applicable in all English language settings, be it in primary school, secondary, colleges or universities. Whenever they have English language subjects, this mobile framework is applicable for them to apply. So you can explain to the judges that the head of the English language department in a school, for example, what they can do is they can set up a Padlet account like this, and they can put all the applications that we have in the framework in that Padlet account, so that all English language teachers will be able to access easily. So that means there will be one account for one school in that English language department, or in a university, for example, in the English language department, there will be one Padlet account where we combine all of the apps. So all of the English language teachers, what they need to do is they just simply go to the link. For example, they want to use Google for speaking, then they can go to the link. They want to use library, they want to use the dictionary with their students, they can just simply go click on the link. And Kahoot, for example, dictation, practice English grammar. So this will make the teachers their task easier, but when we combine all of the apps in one website. So it is not a website, we use Padlet, but it will make the task easier. So this will be one thing that you'll have on your computer to show to the judges. And the other thing is the Google itself. So if you do not have a Google account, what you need to do is you need to set up a free basic account, and you show them that Google is very useful in a way that, as compared to traditional mind map making using papers, where you can students, they can just simply download pictures from the internet and they can drag and drop the pictures in their mind map like this. And they can also design their mind map to be as interesting as it can, by just simply by dragging the line like this. So they can make any shapes that they wish, and also explain to the judges that this can be gamified. So because our title is gamification of language teaching and learning, it can be gamified in a way that students in group, when we give them a topic for them to do a mind map, so each group, they'll have to come out with the most informative and interesting, beautiful mind map. So in the end of the class, the most beautiful mind map will be, the group will be the winner. So that is part of gamification. For example is let me check. For example is this one that I did with my students. So you can show this site here. I'll give you the link in that Microsoft Word document. So if you, as you can see here, there are a lot of groups, students group. So here we will project this Padlet on the screen in front of the class once they have done with their mind maps, and we can get all of the members of the class to decide, or we can decide which would be the best mind map, most informative and most interesting. and we can choose the winner. So that is part of gamification of language teaching and learning. So that is Koggle. And also mention that using Koggle, they can um, they can work together as a group. For example, when they click the plus button here, they can invite their group members to join that particular mind map in process of making. So they can include the email of their friends, group members, and when one person using their computer or phone or tablet, when they edit, what has been added or deleted can be seen by the members of the group. So the same goes to other members of the group. Whatever they edit will be seen by other people in that group, so they can work together. So this is collaborative learning, and also it is part of communicative language teaching, where they can interact with each other while doing the mind map. So they can do it together. They can have different phones, they're using their own phones, and then they can work together as group member. So that is one good thing about Koggle. So we have a lot of apps, but for the purpose of the presentation, perhaps we can highlight one or two, like Koggle, Padlet, the Padlet just now, Koggle, and also dictation.io. So you have this on your computer, and show them that using dictation, so you can have your students to practice pronunciation. And it is good that one good quality about our framework is that we, for example, in one class we have 30 students normally in school, so it is impossible for the teacher to cater to all students, to give feedback to all students. By using dictation, the teacher can give the students a list of words, and they can practice pronunciation on their own. So that means the teacher don't have to meet every single student in the class, which would be impossible. For example, using dictation, the teacher will give a list of words that the teachers want the students to learn, to practice, or even a sentence or even sentences, and ask students using their maybe in a school computer in the lab, computer lab. So students will go to dictation.io and click start. Let's say the word is cleaned. So that means the students will have to practice saying the word clean. So the students will click start and mention the word. If it is written correctly here, then the word, the pronunciation is correct. If it is wrong, then they'll have to try again and again. For example, cleaned. So you see, if the word comes out correctly, then the pronunciation is correct. So the teachers can even give a sentence and get the students to practice their pronunciation. So this is one good application that we have in the mobile learning framework. And so the rest of the applications, I think no need to highlight, because they are all game-like. So they are part of gamification, like Kahoot, formative. Dictation just now can also be gamified. So they can practice with themselves. So it is like a game when they get the pronunciation correct. ED puzzle and Quizlet, those are all part of gamification of language learning. The same goes to practice English grammar. So that is all. Thank you very much.